Alright guys, here we have the was $30 Wish tire pressure monitoring system, but it's now around about $37. That's how much I paid for my last one, but it does cost around about $10 to get it shipped as well. It just depends which seller you buy it through. Give or take just under $50 and it's at your door. It only took about 10 days to get to me. It actually estimated over a month, but I've always found that stuff I order from Wish gets here rather quickly. So generally 2 weeks is what I wait for products. Now, this tire pressure monitoring system is it's a cheap one. It's nothing fancy. I've looked online for more expensive ones, or premium Australian made ones, and I think you end up spending around about $400 for a premium one. And I've never owned one, so I couldn't tell you how much better or if they have additional features compared to the cheaper Chinese model ones like the one you see here. But I've bought this one, I've always bought this particular type from Wish, and I have done so for the last 6 years. They generally last about 1 year to 1.5 years, and they last, I think, because of the battery in the sensors. So I think after about a year's time they generally go flat. Now I could just replace the batteries and probably get away with that. I've never done that. There's tools inside to open the tire pressure sensors and then change the battery, but then I found the batteries cost a few dollars each, and once you buy 4 you're then about $15 anyway, and at that point I've just found that it's just easier just to buy a whole replacement one. Generally after a while you'll notice that the unit will just stop reporting from a particular tire, and I assume that's that sensor going flat, and you'll see that eventually another one will go out and it'll look like this. Eventually all 4 will stop working, and that's about when I place my order for a replacement. Now what I find really odd though is sometimes the temperature from a tire is still reporting even though the pressure isn't. So you'll see in this picture here, both my rear tires aren't reporting, but the temperature of those tires are still reporting, which I find is really odd, making me think it may not just be a battery issue, it actually may be a fault with the tire pressure sensor itself. I've never really investigated this, and I've always, just like I said, just bought another one since they're only just under $50 delivered, and I think for that price, getting them paying that every once a year or once every 18 months is acceptable for me. I find good value in this. Others may not. I think that it's really handy just to know what tire pressures you have all the time, because your cold tire pressures are very different from your hot tire pressures. And when you're traveling in the sand, sometimes they fluctuate. And if you're on a particular dune and you want precise temperatures, so for me, I'll be like, oh, this dune's really steep. I want to be on 16, or I want to be on 14 at the back and 16 at the front. This gives you that from the driver's seat view of what you're exactly dealing with. And if you ever do have a flat or a slow leak, you'll notice that you've got one becoming considerably lower than the others. Anyway guys, let me know your thoughts. I just thought I would share what I've found over the last 6 years using these, and I'll leave it up to you to decide if it's a product for you. I just made this video because I've had a few people asking comments about my tire pressure monitoring system that I use, and rather than me explaining why I buy it every 12 to 18 months, I just thought I'd make a video to explain it. And for those who are interested in just looking for something to get started with, I think it's heaps better to have one than not. It just gives you that peace of mind while you're driving. Anyway guys, if you found value in this video, please hit the like button. It helps YouTube recommend it to other people. And subscribe if you've just discovered us. We do all sorts of off-roading on this channel in strange cars, and you're not your everyday type four-wheel drive channel. Anyway, I'm Chris, and this is another video from All Terrain Action.
1816. 18, 16.